A to Z Sports Titan Game Day Live. It is officially week one, and we are 30 minutes away from kickoff. The Tennessee Titans at the New Orleans Saints. The game is on CBS, and we've got it right here for you. Pre-game, halftime, and post-game show for every Titans game. 30 minutes before kickoff, live during halftime, and obviously live reaction immediately after every Titans game for our post-game show. Sam, I'm jacked up. I'm excited. The level of sports anxiety and anticipation before week one of the new season is something that's really unmatched. And I'm jacked up for it. I know the chat and the YouTube waiting room already jacked up for it. But we have a lot of great new partners this season on our Titan Game Day Live that's going to have a fun conversation and make for a fun conversation throughout this entire year. And expectations on this Titans team that feel a little bit different because I feel like we're a little bit in the dark. There's a new look Titans offense with DeAndre Hopkins pairing with the old faces that we were familiar with, and expectations of winning the AFC South after not winning it a year ago. But Sam, welcome in. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. But the people got something to do before we get officially started.
Let's go. Let's do it. Chat, let's go. I'm jacked up. Austin's jacked up. You guys are jacked up. I got to see the comment section live, and I got to see you guys sharing the show before we go here. It's week one. We made it, baby. We are here. Share the show. Get every Titans fan you know in the chat for our pregame show, our halftime show, our postgame show. Let's have a conversation and rally behind the Titans week one. Share the show before we go here. It's Sunday. It's game day. Let's ride.
Yep, let's do it officially. Welcome into Titan Game Day Live, the pregame show. Got to thank all of our brand new season-long partners for all of our Titan Game Day Live shows this season. X Golf Nashville, the home of indoor golf in Middle Tennessee. X Golf, play, train, entertain. xgolfnashville.com. The Mint Gaming Hall, home of big jackpots and big fun. Just 35 minutes north of Nashville at themintgaming.com. BetMGM, we'll talk about the code to use to get a $10 moneyline wager and a $200 bonus bets instantly. That's with code ATOZ200. The law offices of Amanda J. Gentry, wherever justice demands, and that's AmandaJGentry.com. Adventure Science Center, explore and discover with us. Your full family adventure awaits at AdventureSCI.com. Chim Chimney, doing the job right the first time, honest, dependable, and affordable for all of your chimney needs. Chim-chimneyinc.com. And Jarrett HVAC, Plumbing and Fire, your safety, their expertise, keeping your facility comfortable and secure, one inspection at a time at JarrettCompanies.com. So, Sam, we've got new segments, new partner segments to unveil throughout this pregame show as well as the postgame show. But we were talking right before we went live here, and I feel like even as Titans media, all the preseason games we watched, the training camp practice we watched, we truly don't know what to expect from this Titans offense because of Tim Kelly, the new play caller, DeAndre Hopkins out wide, Treylon Burks is active and healthy enough to go with Ryan Tannehill, a completely revamped offensive line, the King Derrick Henry, and Tajay Spears. Like, what is going to happen? What are we expecting? I left out Chigakonkwo. There's a lot of names you can talk about, but we truly don't really know what to expect with this Titans offense. We know the defense is loaded with big names and star players and has high expectations too, but I feel like I know less going into week one's game than I have in several years, maybe dating back to Mike Vrabel's first ever game as a head coach in the NFL, which this is year 6, but I'm not sure what to expect today.
Yeah, I mean, Austin, you said off the jump, right? Like week one in the NFL has this weird anxiousness and nervousness to it for every team. There's a level of optimism that can carry you through any offseason, any preseason, any training camp where you're watching highlight videos and hype videos and getting ready to go, wanting to imagine a world where your team is as good as you think they could be. And as we went over on our prediction show, expectations are relatively high. Like I have the Titans with 11 wins. You had the Titans with 9 wins, but winning the AFC South. And most of our chat had the Titans making it back to the playoffs as well. So the expectation is high. Hopes are very high, but you don't know. And I think additionally, like you mentioned, this Titans offense is even more so of an unknown, of a variable that we have yet to see, which just kind of continues to add and build to the nervousness and the anxiety and some of the hype surrounding watching this team for the first time. We got to see 3 snaps of Ryan Tannehill in the preseason, handoff, handoff, handoff. What is this group going to look like with all of their starters out there? And what does Tim Kelly have in his bag of tricks that we didn't see in the preseason? Today is an unveiling, as we talked to Tim Kelly earlier this week about this unveiling and his level of excitement to show what his offense can do in week 1.
To what degree do you feel like Sunday's an unveiling of everything that you've been working on since you got this job?
Yeah, I think every time you're getting ready to go play the first game of the season, you kind of had that feeling. You spend a lot of time in the offseason watching a lot of tape, evaluating the players, evaluating the scheme, and excited to go out and be able to kind of show what we've been working towards over however many past months it's been.
You got different kinds. Like some they like to dictate, this is what we're going to do, just stop it, and others like they work with the flow of the game. What's your philosophy and approach to that?
Whatever's going to score the most points. There's times where you got to play a game a certain way based upon what's best for the team. And a lot of times, obviously, that comes first and foremost. What's going to put our team in the best position to win a football game?
So, he's not wanting to give anything away, right? Especially not leading up to week 1 where he says, we're going to score the most points. But obviously, even with Tim and his answers and hearing from the players throughout the week, I think they're excited to show a little bit about what this offense is. And the vibe, anytime I asked a question to an offensive player about the offense, it was like, wait and see. Wait and see what we got. I think it's going to be fun, but just wait and see. So, awesome. What do you make of the Titans' new OC's comments, and what do you think we see from the Titans offense today?
Well, going back to my season predictions that we did last week for a couple of days in a row there, I think I expect more passing attempts, more yards, more explosive plays. I'm curious to see the balance between Derrick Henry, who is going to get the lion's share of the carries, as we know, but how does Tyjae Spears impact the duality of this offense as well to be as versatile as possible? I'm excited to watch Tim Kelly adapt in the game. When we did this a year ago, Sam, week 1 against the Giants, the Titans offense came out of the gates and marched down the football field for a touchdown. You're like, oh, okay. And then in week 2, did the same thing. The first 4 games of the year, the Titans scored on their opening drive of the game, and then it just failed from there. So I'm curious to see how Tim Kelly and his operations continue to adapt and develop throughout the games as they go.
We know the second half was the issue for the Titans offense throughout most of the year last year. And so, I think that was a testament to Todd Downing's ability to make adjustments and, get off script. And I thought it was a really interesting comment in that same press conference with Tim Kelly earlier this week. He was asked about his philosophy towards scripting at the beginning of a play. And he said, he has a script, but it was kind of the first time I had ever heard an offensive coordinator say, I might have to completely toss my script away depending on the situation right at the beginning of the game. You have an idea of what your first 10 to 15 plays might be, but if your defense gets a turnover and you start with the ball in plus territory, or you're backed up within your own 10 because the opponent puts a good punt together, you have to be willing to throw away the script and kind of go off script. So it is right. That level of improvisation and adjustment that I'm excited to see from Tim Kelly as well.
All right, Sam. So every pregame show and postgame show, we have new partners here on the show this year that they will help us provide new segments of conversation each game day. And the first one is the X Golf X Factor. So we're going to ask you guys who will be or what will be the X Factor today for a Titans win over the Saints. Who or what will be an X Factor in a Titans win over the Saints? So a little bit of a predictive hat throughout this pregame show. And we'll talk about more of our pregame predictions throughout the show and later in the show with our BetMGM segment. But X Golf, they are one of our great presenting partners of this pregame show. And they have reinvented the player experience by creating the most accurate indoor golf simulators on the market today, giving every person the power to take on the world's top courses, compete in a wide variety of game formats, improve their swing with lessons, and just have a bunch of fun because it's always 72 degrees and sunny inside of X Golf Nashville. They have a full bar, great food, competitions, league play, lessons, corporate outings, social events, and more. Gift cards make a great birthday present. And hey, it's never too early to start loading up that Christmas list. And X Golf is great for that. So check them out. Massive TV screens for watching the Titans, for watching any other football this season. So follow X Golf Nashville on social media or check them out. And you can book online, xgolfnashville.com. So Sam, I'll toss it back to you. The X Golf X Factor. What's everybody saying about who or what is the X Factor in this game for a Titans win today?
Yeah, get your X Factors in the chat. Get a like on the show too, guys. Not enough likes. It's week 1 of the NFL season. We have made it. There's Titans football kicking off in 20 minutes. That deserves a like, a big thumbs up for the show here. What's the X Factor? John's on with the turnover battle. Charlie says it's Chig. Jody says it's Tim Kelly. Will says Traylon Burks. Van says the offensive line. Kevin Byard. We've got O-line play and pass protection. The defense, the O-line, the scheme. Traylon Burks. The offensive line and pass protection. That dude from Clemson. That's DeAndre Hopkins from Austin. The secondary, Tim Kelly, Tajay Spears, DeAndre Hopkins, Arden Key. A lot of players coming in as potential X Factors. King Henry, Traylon Burks showing out. Traylon Burks from Darius. So a lot of people loving Traylon Burks as their X Factor. But Austin, my X Golf X Factor is the X plays. The Titans defense and their secondary had a problem last year defending X plays for the entire season. They got beat deep a lot. You've got a quarterback in Derek Carr that's willing to throw it deep and let it fly. You've got Michael Thomas. You've got Chris Olave. You've got an athletic Juwan Johnson at tight end. There are playmakers on the Saints offense, specifically in the passing game, that can beat you deep. And if the Titans defense is going to take the jump that I hope and think they will, they have to limit the X plays, especially against New Orleans. That's my X Factor today. You do that, we know the Titans can stop the run. Hopefully that helps them get after the quarterback, and it results in a really strong defensive performance.
Sam, that's what I was going to say.
It's all about the X.
Yeah,
it's all about the X today, baby.
Now, I wasn't making the X plays X Factor with X Golf Nashville. I wasn't going to go triple X like you have here on the show already week 1, but I do think this, and I'll go with my backup answer, as I always have something in my back pocket just in case we agree. But yeah, I do think that's massive, right? Because like Christian Fulton, who is, by the way, playing back at home, a New Orleans native and back in New Orleans where he grew up, played his college ball at LSU, probably going to have a lot of family in the stands at this game. He played in the Superdome a lot in college as a member of LSU's football team. So Christian Fulton has had a phenomenal summer in training camp and preseason, but now it's time to put up or shut up against some of these talented receiving options that the Saints have. And Sean Murphy-Bunting, I think if you say Sean Murphy-Bunting can play in a small condensed area, you feel better about him. But what happens when the vertical top is taken off of the offense and Sean Murphy-Bunting's going to have to chase and run down the sideline with Chris Olave? Michael Thomas, I think, is interesting because I truly don't know what's fair to expect from Michael Thomas.
I think he is, and maybe this is naive of me, of just like living in the past, but I think he's still very underrated. Fair to underrate him because it's easy to forget about a guy that doesn't play much football for 2.5 years. But last time we saw Michael Thomas healthy, he was one of the best receivers in the NFL. And last year, Austin, he was a touchdown machine to start the year before he got hurt. Like, Michael Thomas is still very much dangerous. And so you brought up Christian Fulton. What is the story we heard from Christian Fulton all offseason, all training camp was he thrives guarding the best in the game. And it was Justin Jefferson in joint practices, and it was his previous performances against some of the NFL's top receivers. This is a really dangerous duo with Olave and Michael Thomas, and him and Sean Murphy-Bunting are going to have to step up on the perimeter.
And we've really seen Christian Fulton. We talked about this back, I guess, during the Minnesota joint practices because Fulton had a big day there across from his buddy Justin Jefferson and had an interception. And he's done a good job against some of the bigger name receivers that he's played, minus A.J. Brown, who punked him in Philadelphia last year to everybody's dismay. And Then you've seen Christian have a really good performance against guys like DK Metcalf, and Devontae Adams didn't do anything against Derek Carr last year. But Mac Hollins was somebody that we knew the name of very well after that because of Derek Carr throwing down the field to Hollins over at that point, Terrence Mitchell. So how does that all work out? There's going to be, I think the Titans' goal needs to be, don't let Olave and Michael Thomas beat you. And it's with what you're saying, it's the chunk plays. It's Chris Olave, who is super fast, getting a 30 to 40 yard play on third and passing that revitalizes a series for the Saints and makes the Titans defense think that they had an opportunity to get off the field. And now they're all of a sudden with their backs up against their own end zone. So yeah, I think X plays are going to be huge. And also what comes with Derek Carr throwing the ball and pushing the ball down the field, it's those 40+ yard pass interference penalties that can kill a team.
Yep.
And we've seen the Titans defense be victimized by that.
AJ Brown did so well of in that game as well.
Yeah, and then the 2 games the Titans played against Carson Wentz when he was with the Colts. So that's basically what Wentz was living off of.
Yeah. A couple super chats here, both from Ryan Fields. Starts with, does he start Waller or Chig at tight end today for his fantasy team? Darren Waller, I think, has a monster season if he's healthy. Right now, he's healthy. I would go with Darren Waller today over Chig.
Here's what I don't want this. I do not want this pregame show to turn into a fantasy football advice show. It's week one. I want to nip it in the butt.
We're going to toss a super chat. I'll give you all the fantasy football advice.
I know. This is more for Ryan because yes, the super chat is valid for you to throw out there and we'll answer it because it is a super chat. I just don't want that to become a trend.
Yeah, fair. He also says, we need Landry to return to Pro Bowl form, makes the front seven, especially D-line, job easier. 100%. If Michael Thomas is that forgotten and underrated guy on New Orleans, I think the impact of Harold Landry is the forgotten and underrated guy on the Titans side of things. Go read my bold predictions. Came out this morning, but if you're settling in to watch the game after we hop off here, read my bold predictions because Harold Landry is a big part of one of my hottest takes about the Titans this year. So A2Zsports.com for those. But yeah, cannot forget Harold Landry's impact. He is playing today.
Yeah, that's big. I will be quick with my backup X factor from X Golf because Sam and I both had the same of trying to avoid the X plays from the Saints offense. I think it comes down to the Titans offensive line. Can they stay in a rhythm and stay ahead of themselves and not get caught in holding penalties, not allow the sound and noise of the Superdome to have false starts? With Hubbard and Dillard out there on the tackle, I think, the noise and false starts could put this Titans offense in a really bad spot if that's the case. So my other X factor is the offensive line playing within itself and not hurting themselves with pre-snap penalties or dumb holds, because it is a big deal to see what happens with, Tannehill's time to throw, Derrick Henry's room to run, and how Tim Kelly's offense can develop beyond what the offensive line can allow them to do.
Yeah. Hey, I agree. Yeah, we can keep churning here. I know we want to make sure we can hit all of our our segments before we got 11 minutes to kick here. So
that's right. Well, this is gonna be a fun segment because we played bingo, Titan bingo last year for the first time, and now it is back with the Mint Gaming Hall. So here's what we're gonna do. Peek at this bingo card right now. This is a season-long bingo card with our friends and partners at the Mint Gaming Hall just north of Nashville. So peek that. We want to know what you think is going to be coming off the bingo card today. But first, let me tell you a little bit more about the Mint Gaming Hall. It's just 35 minutes north of downtown Nashville, the home of big jackpots and big fun. You can spin for a Subaru. It takes place every Friday in September at the Mint Gaming Hall, Kentucky Downs. You can celebrate 3 years of fun, and one lucky winner will win a brand new Subaru on Friday. So check out themintgaming.com. That's themintgaming.com. Every Friday, giving out a brand new Subaru for every Friday in the month of September. So you got a couple more there. So go check that out right there at themintgaming.com is where to go. So Sam, I'll throw the bingo card back up there. What do we think is coming off the bingo board today in this Titans Saints game?
Yeah, so what's coming off? Let's just go. I'm just going to kind of sweep it here. We're going to go left to right here. I think today we're getting a road victory. We are getting a road victory. I think we get a DeAndre Hopkins touchdown today. Ooh. Road victory, D-Hop touchdown. That's also an NFC victory that I will mark down. I will say we also get an underdog victory. That's part of that same boat here. And then I will say,
you could wipe off a couple today just by winning the game, right?
Yeah, winning the game will take off a couple of these. And then my other one that I think is just like a random thing that I think happens today. Give me a 50-plus yard field goal from Nick Folk today indoors in New Orleans. Quiet the haters. I know a lot of people from New England are saying like, oh yeah, good luck with Nick Folk kicking from 50 plus. The man hit 4 of them last year. I think he's got a pretty good percentage indoors, good kicking conditions. I'll take a 50-plus yard field goal from Nick Folk.
All right, slide over to the chat there, Sam. What's everybody saying about what they think is going to come off the Mint Gaming bingo board today?
We've got D-Hop 100-yard game. A lot of people loving a D-Hop touchdown. Let's see what else we got here. Give me a touchdown for D-Hop. John thinks Big Jeff has 2 sacks, crosses off that defensive player 2-sack thing. Road victory we're liking. We've got Tajay Spears touchdown. A Kevin Byard.
That would be fun too, because he's also a New Orleans guy, right?
That would be he's coming homecoming for him for sure. Noah has the road victory. We've got that Mayer pick for the Kevin Byard INT. Let's see. We've got the Henry 150 today from Brent. I think that would surprise some people if Henry went for 150 in the opener in the new debut of the offense. Tannehill 3 touchdowns. We've got a Spears touchdown. We've got, Noah thinks 50 plus is crazy. I say don't sleep. I think we might get one today. Yeah. Spears touchdown, underdog victory, Aziz turnover from right. So yeah, we got a nice little spread of people who are predicting things. And like you said, a win will check off NFC win, underdog victory, and road victory. So we can hit 3 boxes with 1 win today.
Yeah, I know. So I am the bingo master. So I had to do my best to make sure that those would not all be in the same line. So they're not in the same line of bingo. So every time we hit bingo this season, there is prizes to be had from the Mint Gaming Hall in Kentucky, just north of downtown Nashville, 35 minutes north of downtown Nashville. Just check them out, themintgaminghall.com. I'm going to go one. I think this one wasn't said by anybody in the chat. I'm going to say Ryan Tannehill gets a rushing touchdown today. I think that's what's going to happen because look, he's back from the little
finger roll in week 1.
I think we're going to do a Superdome finger roll. I think that's what's going to happen. But Tannehill missed the last bit of last season with the ankle injuries, plural. He's healthy. He's ready to go. I think that would be Elo says that he said the Tannehill rushing touchdown. I think Tannehill wheels get in the end zone today for a touchdown, which, hey, it's great. So we'll see if they can win the game. That's a fantastic start to our Titan bingo so far this season. So make sure you follow that on all of our social media because that's going to be fun to watch all throughout the year. All right, Sam, you ready to get to predictions?
Let's do it.
We are flying through this pregame show here on week 1 pregame Titans at Saints. I'm going to tell you all about BetMGM. That is what you can do. And for right now, use our bonus code ATOZ200. That is ATOZ200. And all you have to do when you sign up is place a $10 moneyline wager on any team today. It could be Titans plus 145 or whatever it's at right now. But a $10 moneyline wager wins you $200 in bonus bets instantly on BetMGM when you sign up with code ATOZ200. That's ATOZ200 with BetMGM. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 or older. Tennessee only new customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification or requirements. Rewards issued to knowledgeable bonus bets. Bonus bets expire in 7 days. And for problem games, call Tennessee Redline 800-889-9789. So right now, Sam, I believe it is still 3, right? It is Saints -3.
Last I saw the Saints were -3 on BetMGM. That was the last line that I saw. So if you are getting with BetMGM and using the bonus code ATOZ Sports, Titans +3, you can take the points. But let's get those predictions, right? So who wins? Titans or Saints -3 prediction time in the
right
chat.
Now it's +2.5 as of right now. So there's money coming in on the Titans.
Titans fans have been hammering it a little bit. They like those points, that full 3 points. So who wins the game, Titans or the Saints? And if you want to throw a final score, throw the final score because I have a score in mind as well.
Yeah, bring the final score.
Guy comes in with 24-17 Titans. Brent likes 28-14 Titans. Jeff says 27-17 New Orleans. 28-17 Titans. We have a 27-14, 35-17. Orlando got 5 touchdown game. That's a big performance from the Titans. 28-14 again from Brent, 21-17 from Alex, 35-14 Saints with a blowout win for Eric. Let's see, Titans by 12, Titans 27-14, 31-17 Titans, Titans 27-13, 23-17 New Orleans, says Lone Walker. We got a 30-0, a 28-24, a 24-16, a 28-21, 17-10 New Orleans, a 23-21 Titans win, 20-16 Titans win. So people are just hammering it, and I feel like it's week 1. Let's have some fun and predict some Titans wins. Why not? It's
Sam, are you going to predict Titans win today? Because you had the Titans going 11-6,
and this was a win on the schedule that I had circled here. So my final score: Titans 24, New Orleans 20, and I have this game ending with Derek Carr and the Saints driving, needing a touchdown to win the game, and the Titans defense comes up big with a few sacks on Carr. They get the stop, they get the game. So a road kill and a win for the Titans, 24-20, going 1-0. That's my official prediction.
There you go. So I'll give my prediction here in a second, but Sam, I have a question for you. Do you think the Chiefs and the Lions have better offenses than both the Titans and the Saints?
Do they have better offenses? Yes.
And so those teams struggled Thursday night out of the gates to put it together and for it to look pretty clean, right? There was a defensive score there in a 21-20 game where the Lions beat the Chiefs. Now the Chiefs didn't have Travis Kelce. I don't think there's going to be that many points. I don't think either team gets to 20 points today. Yeah, I think the under is set at 41.5. I would take the under. I do like Titans +3. I've had it earlier. So I'm going to go 17-16, but a Saints win in the Superdome. It's hard to win in the Superdome.
That would be devastating. A 17-16 loss.
Saints win.
Oh, that would be tough. Listen, I do want to say this before we wrap up here. We got kickoff in 3 minutes. Let's not freak out. Either way, let's not freak out. Let's stay. I know it's easy to get too high, too low week 1. It's week 1. All right. Take everything with a grain of salt, Titans fans. So, let's strap it in and stay grounded when we have our halftime and post-game shows later today. If it's a 17-16 win or 17-16 loss, let's not we're going to stay patient here. We're going to stay patient and let a couple games play out either way. That's my challenge to Titans fans. It's a tough one, but that's my challenge.
There you go. All right, guys. Don't forget, like the show before you go. Always more people watching than I've liked the show. And thank you to all of our brand new Titan Game Day partners. X Golf Nashville, the home of indoor golf in Middle Tennessee. xgolfnashville.com. The Mint Gaming Hall, home of big jackpots, big fun, just 35 minutes north of Nashville. TheMintGaming.com. BetMGM, check them out and use code ATOZ200 for a $10 moneyline wager to turn into $200 in bonus bets instantly. The law offices of Amanda J. Gentry. Wherever justice demands, AmandaJGentry.com. Adventure Science Center, explore with Adventure Science Center. AdventureSCI.com. Chim Chimney, doing the job right the first time for all of your chimney needs. Chim-chimneyinc.com. And Jarrett Fire Protection, your safety, their expertise, keeping it comfortable in your facility at jarrettcompanies.com. We'll see you guys right here at halftime, coming up in about an hour and a half. Same channel. See you soon. Enjoy the first half.